Okay, I think that's one of them going on. Let's check this real quick. Let's see. We got all right, here's the YouTube. Let's pop this chat out real quick. We can kind of. All right, here's the YouTube. Oh, it sounds pretty good too. Let's pop this chat. Let's see about this one. This one doesn't look like it's working. Okay, so the Facebook ain't working. Okay, cool. So no Facebook. What about the Twitch? Let's check that one.
But also, there's a couple places that I'm itchy that.
What was that?
Oh, Twitch. And the Twitch is not working either. Okay, so it's just YouTube it is. And YouTube it is. Okay, so where is that? Get this chat up here. There. Chat going right there. Oh yeah. Okay. That's gonna do. I tried to get the Twitch and everything back into rotation, but it didn't want to work. It did not want to work. Let me see yours real quick. Say something.
Check.
Oh, okay. You still coming through on the PC, but that's cool. Let me just move this out of the way so I can start the recording. No card. Oh, snap. Did I not put the card back in there? Hold on. What is going on? SD card data load. Okay, now we're back in the building. Record. All right. Okay. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Am I not getting volume on my mic? Hold on a second. welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the SmartGuyz Tech Podcast. I'm your boy, Smart Guy, Big Q. I've been here some kind of way. I'm in here. I'm a little bit discombobulated, but I'm good. What's going on? I'm joined by the homie. What's going on, man?
Your boy Keon X is in the building. What up?
Chilling. So check this out, bro. So I've been on this journey. I've been on this meatless. Never. I haven't been eating. I guess it's a pescatarian type diet. I done switched over the last 6 to 8 weeks that I've been doing my thing, right?
Right.
So your boy down 12 pounds, 7 weeks in, and I want to say most of this is due to our brand new sponsor, HelloFresh. So HelloFresh is a sponsor for the SmartGuyz Tech Podcast, and it's been helping me out a lot. Listen, me and the wifey, we've been on this for like the last couple of weeks, and I'm telling you, we've been eating like 3 of these meals per week, and there's been everything from like zucchini boats to shrimp pasta to all kind of stuff that I normally don't eat, right? But it's been good that we had to stretch our palate out a little bit. We getting some new stuff that we're getting ready to eat. It's easy. We whip it up in about 20 minutes. Everything comes pre-portioned, pre-measured. It goes together pretty quickly. And man, I by changing my diet, I've dropped about 10 pounds. So I don't know. So, and I want to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring the video today. And it looked like if you sign up right now, we're working on a promo code, but if you sign up right now, you can get your first 4 meals free when you sign up right now. So, Keon, I don't know, have you ever tried anything like HelloFresh or Blue Apron or anything like that before, man?
Yes. I have. Me and one of my previous partners, we did a whole plan for a little while. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun to try out new dishes randomly, because once you're in there for a while, you start eating the same thing.
Yes.
So it's nice to get a little refresh on your meals. If you have a partner, it's fun if they're the type of person to create with them. It's a little bit of intimacy between the two of you, and it's fun. And I'm feeling on my own too. I will say, unless you go out to eat a lot, it's not as lucrative sometimes to do it by yourself. But hey, if you eat out a lot, and it's nice to get a new variety of food. Yeah,
for the two of us, we get 2 meals, 3 meals per week for the two of us. It's $60, right? It's actually been working out pretty good. Another thing I did, we traveled to the south side of town Tuesday.
South side Chicago.
No, south side of Charlotte, and it was a new vegan burger place opened up over there, and I had like some gourmet vegan burgers over there. There was no way in the world I would ever eat another real burger again in my life. It'll never happen. It won't happen. It was that amazing. Anyway, our boy Zoe, the real Mr. Simba's in the building. Say he didn't want to miss out because he said his notifications been jacked up for the past couple of weeks. Yeah, So, well, we got him. We got you taken care of. At least you're here in the building this week. Keon, I had a pretty exciting week, man. I got 2 new products that got in from work. That were fresh. I got a new. Well, the tablet ain't new because it's the same tablet that I had before I upgraded to the S8 Plus. They sent us new tablets. They sent us S7 Pluses, right? And I also have a brand new Galaxy Book 2 Pro 360 13-inch, and I'm in love with this thing, man. I'm except for one thing, which we had some words with. Oh no, Twitter machine.
I was saying, Twitter. First of all, I was ready to flame you because you posted pictures of the box, and I was like, is he not going to show me what the computer looks like?
Oh well, yeah, you okay, you're right. I did not put a picture of the actual computer up there. That's right. I'm going on about what it looked like, and I didn't put a picture. You're right. Okay, you're right.
No, but you finally did. You put that dumb tweet saying, "Oh, this looks MacBooky."
Well, it kind of does.
Silver and they got black keys.
Oh yeah. Like so are there things to you? Are there certain pieces of technology that are so iconic that when you see it, you know that's what it is, and then when you see something that's trying to be, you be like, "Oh, that's them trying to be an iPod Touch, or that's them trying to be a Sony Play." I don't
think the Mac. So for me, the MacBook is. I don't know. It's not as iconic that people try to.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I see this.
Yes.
This is a MacBook, and I see your whatever the Guyz book Pro.
Yeah.
It looked like a MacBook to me. Like even, let me see if I can open it up. Yeah, I can open it up. Okay.
Yes, it kind of. I'm telling you, it does.
It does not look the same to me.
It does. Hold
It
on.
doesn't look similar at all.
Hold on. Hold that up. Let me
I'll hold it up.
let me unplug this real quick. Take it off the charger real quick, so we can get an audience a fair view of what's happening here, right?
There you go.
Okay, so if we can get mine in the shot. Where am I at? Where are we at?
You gotta scoot over to your. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Oh, this is. I can't. I gotta get it focused. Hold on. Let me get it underneath the.
You got that background blur on. Turn that back.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got the black. Oh, yeah, I do have that on. Okay, but look,
They does not look the same.
they look the same.
No, they don't.
They do. You know what I mean?
I would never confuse you if they were far away and you were like, yo, walk by that real quick.
I don't think you would because you use a MacBook every day. I think that's
Maybe.
that might be it, right? But I'm
But I
telling
will
you,
say, like the iPhone, especially the old iPhone,
Yeah.
iconic design.
absolutely. So look, there are certain things that you see that when you see them, you're like, yo, I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like I know exactly what that is. And then when you see some other things that look sort of like, yo, I see what y'all trying to do. I see what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to look like such and such. You know what I mean? Right? That's what
I don't know if this is happening to the viewers. Let us know. Your audio and video are not synced up.
My audio.
Yeah. Like I can hear you perfectly fine, but your video feed is like super delayed.
Yeah. I'm looking at it on the OBS, and it do look like a super delay. But as long as they can hear me, it's fine. That's cool. Yeah. It look a little weird. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, they look a little crazy.
They're saying it looks like a mix between the HP Spectre, which I don't know what it looks like off the top of my head, and a Mac.
But I'm telling you, every time, like everybody who came by there when I was putting the computer out, they was like, "Bro, what are you doing with a MacBook over here?" And I'm like, "Look, I know. I wish it was blue. I wish it was burgundy. I wish it was something. You know what I mean? But it was silver and there's aluminum. But I mean, other than the way it looks, I love it. I think it's nice, right? I think it's it's kind of. I still like the design language from my old one a little bit more. But it has less curvatures and stuff on it. Like it's more kind of squared off with the edges and everything, which I like. This one is kind of at the tapered edges, kind of like your Air does. And I don't know if I'm a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm a fan of that at all. But look at this though. I don't know if you guys can see this. I got to wait on my camera because I know my camera's a little bit delayed. But I got my first gallium nitride block.
Nice.
So this is a 65 watt charge, and then look how tiny it is compared to but the other one is plugged up down there.
Especially when I travel.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, right? So that looked cool. So the computer was nice. It came with that charger. It came with the USB C to C, and it came with a S Pen, but not a smart S Pen. S Pen was like a regular S Pen, not a Bluetooth fancy S Pen. But other than that, it was dope though. You know, it was cool.
Before we get into today's, do you think, because it just popped up, but it kind of annoyed me when I went to my mom's this past weekend. Do you think Samsung kind of like shot themselves in the foot a little bit, having different S Pens? And I'm not just saying like a first generation, a second generation. I'm talking about like one for the phone, one for the tablet, one smart, one not smart, stuff like that.
So here's the thing. I understand it. I kind of wish it was just one. I kind of wish it was just one for all. I wish it was just one S Pen that rule them all, right? But then they come in different. So it looked like Samsung is trying to get rid of the little ones, like the little tiny ones that we were used to, that came with the notes back in the day. Look like they're trying to go away from that because right now the only product that uses that small pen is the new S22 Ultra. The old computers like my blue one, they don't use the little pen. They use the big pen. So they used the big pen with the S21 last year. They used it for the Fold last year. Used it for everything pretty much. But then now the issue is some of them are smart and some of them are not. And
I don't see the point of having a not. I mean, I get it for price.
Yeah.
Just make the people buy it. Like Apple it, bro.
Well, you know what? I think. See, that's the thing. So if it was sold separately, I think they would all be the same, right? But Samsung tried that, and I don't think it worked. Remember last year when the Fold came out, they came out with that S Pen Pro for $99, and they didn't really sell a whole bunch of them. That was the one pen that worked.
The smaller one,
no,
the weaker one.
No, it was actually the biggest pen that they've made because actually,
the big one.
Yeah, and it came out with the Fold, and it was you could use it across everything, right? But it cost $100, and a lot of people just didn't buy them because we used to Samsung giving us the pen. Like look, that's what Samsung gives. Like that's one of the things. Like they're gonna give us the pen. Now they might take the charges out of the box, this crazy stuff, and to take the SD card slot away or whatever. But we gonna get them pens, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
like I said, do it the Apple way. Make one of it. Make the people buy. If you want it, you pay the price and keep it going. Don't be offering all this choice. Yeah, well, choice. All these options.
Some people like options, man. Some people like options. I like the options. I kind of wish, and actually, honestly, I think in certain applications, especially like with the laptop, I don't necessarily think the pen has to be smart. I think I do miss the smart features on my Fold. Because I was used to having them with my Note, right? But then I think about how often I use the smart stuff, and I don't. So I just needed to write. As long as I can write, and I can jot things down and things like that, I think I'm good. I don't necessarily need the Bluetooth all the time. So that option, I think I'm cool with. I don't think I got a problem with it. You know what I mean? So that was that. The other thing that happened this weekend, I wanted to talk about. When we got the new PCs, it gave us a chance to rework our eco display that I got at work. And so now I have 6 items. I have Buds, watch, phone, tablet, PC, TV. Yeah, 6 items, kind of like I finally got everything kind of in sync, everything works together. And so I'm sitting back looking at it, and so the dude comes, he's like, man, I think Samsung has out ecosystem Apple. And I was like, well, I don't know, to be fair, I was like, to be fair, Apple only got like 3 things, and so.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm not. What?
So we have way more than 3 things.
It's a very limited amount of things that work together. Very, very limited compared to what Samsung is doing. I'm just saying.
No, everything works together. Everything works flawlessly together, actually.
Listen, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I'm just saying, but it's a very limited amount. It stops with your watch, your phone, your tablet, your computer. That's it. That's the end of it.
TV?
No, the TV. No. Okay.
So I was gonna say Samsung lets you interact with other people though.
Right.
Apple only.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's it's not as strong, but it's wider.
Yeah, it's definitely a little wider. Yeah. No. The things that Apple have that work together, they work together way better than, let's say, the interaction between Samsung and say Microsoft or Samsung and Amazon, right? So you
have that option,
right?
You have the option to do
but it's not 100% perfect, like like Apple has theirs. That's and I was telling the guy. That's why I was telling the guy. I was like, to be fair, it's different. It ain't one ain't better than the other. It's different. Okay, I got to do a couple extra things to make this work versus what Apple. They have less things they can do, but they always seem to work perfectly every time you try to do it without having to do the extra stuff. That's what I was explaining to the guy, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's an Apple AirPlay 2 and TVs and speakers. Yeah. I mean, like I said, and it's spreading because we have AirPlay in our monitors and Samsung monitors. So I mean, it's getting around. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
Not having Bluetooth affect the palm reduction.
Oh, I don't think so, because I think when I'm using my Fold, the palm protection works just like it does when I'm using my tab. So I don't think it has nothing to do with it. So I think it's fine. But other than that, those things that happened today, I thought it was cool. Otherwise, you know what it's about, Keon. You know what this week is about. It's about, we got to talk about Google, talk about I.O., the hits and the misses, because I think there's a few misses. It's a few things that
I want to say. When I was worried that was going to happen, happened. I was worried because the week came and I was like, oh man, I forgot you I was this week.
Yeah.
The week came and already last Monday, I was like,
yeah.
Wednesday comes, I wake up, I don't know, 1:30. I wake up late.
Okay.
I go to sleep late.
Yeah.
Nobody blame me in the comments. But I wake up late. I'm just like going about my day. I happen to go on Twitter because that's my social media choice. And people just start talking about pixels and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
Google I.O. is today.
Yeah. I
joined this super late. After they already announced talking about the Pixel 7 and everything, I was late.
Yeah, so it's been a couple things, right? See if I can get this up here so we can look at it. So let me see. We on the share screen. Let's see if I get that. Is it not up here? It ain't up here. There you go. Okay, it was just a little late. All right, so what did they announce, Cam? You said Pixel 7, right? So we had the Pixel 7.
So not the Pixel 7.
Well, it was Pixel 6a.
Plus. They also announced the 6A.
Mm-hmm.
They announced and these things are coming later, so they're not coming right now.
Yeah.
They talked about the 6A. They talked about the 7 and the 7 Pro. They talked about the Pixel Watch. They talked about the Pixel Buds Pro.
Pixel Buds Pro.
They talked about Android,
Lemongrass.
13 beta.
Mm-hmm.
They changed out Google Wallet, which acts more like Apple and Samsung. And then they even dropped a little teaser of the Pixel tablet.
Yeah, a little teaser. So it's something supposed to be, another, premium Android tablet enters the market. I want to see that. I'm actually so, excited about that. This is what Zoe says. He says, talking about these phones, what is this? No 60 hertz, red flag. What's that about right there? He's like,
I think the Pixels are 60 hertz. No, the 6A is 60 hertz.
Oh, the 6A, the 6A.
The 7 Pro. Yeah.
It's not well. I would hope they would be the Pro models. I would hope that the 7 and the 7 Pro would be at least 120 hertz, right?
It has to be.
Yeah, it would have to be. And then
6A, I can understand because that's your budget phone.
Yeah, so let's now here's one where I thought was a little bit of a misstep. I don't know what was going on here. I don't know if you heard what I heard about the Pixel Watch. But they apparently they built this watch on a 4-year-old chipset, and to what them, and this is how they explained it. They've been working on this watch, we all know the watch been delayed a couple times, but they've been building the watch around this chipset, and every time they got set back, they came back in and they started working on it again. But instead of and I understand why every time a new chip come out, if you already delaying your product because of other things, then you don't want to get set back even further because you got to start from scratch every time somebody come out with a new chip. So by the time the watch comes out, and honestly, I believe it's going to be just like they put it out as the first one, and I think it'd be just like that Samsung, the first Galaxy, was it that? Oh, it was the first Galaxy watch, or it was can't remember. It was the first Active, and then they came out with another one like 6 months later because they had the first one was all jacked up. I got a feeling something like that's going to happen with this. I think whoever buys this first one, good luck, first of all, right? Because it's going to have some problems. You know what I mean, right?
How many problems do you have with a watch, though?
I mean, the main problem is probably going to be something like battery life problem. That's probably going to, because that's the first thing that people talk about with. I know that's what it was with the Active. The battery life was atrocious. It was sluggish. The software was kind of non-responsive. And they had to rush to market with a new version within the year, and I just got a feeling that's what Google gonna do too. Because I mean, by today's standards and the way consumers are, Keon, word get around, the chip is old. Like I think that's the reason why the Microsoft Duo caught so much flack. Because it came out with those. Remember, it came out with those old specs, and everybody was like, "Nah, man, I don't want no old specs. I need new specs."
For a watch, it's a little different just because it doesn't have to be so much because it's a watch. It's going to have limitations by default.
Yeah.
Some of my other tech blogger friends were saying that the watch that they took the chip from, the Galaxy Active 3 or something like that, Galaxy Watch 3 or something like that. They said that watch was fine. It was a great watch for what it was.
Yeah.
So they're saying that the Pixel Watch will be similar. My thing is,
I had a Moto 1 and a Moto 2. I thought a Moto 2 was actually pretty good. Yeah,
it came from the Galaxy Watch 3 or something.
Galaxy
Watch 2.
Mm-hmm.
It came from a Galaxy Watch. My thing is, Google, you've been making your own chips. You've been cool with Snapdragon, the 888s, and the 805.
They did. They did the Tensor stuff with the 6 last year.
No, that's their phone. I mean, they've been the Snapdragon watch chips.
Oh yeah,
they have been making their own chips. Samsung has their own chips. Why not use something current, or why not make your own?
I don't know. I think it was more about the development cycle and the fact that it was getting frustrated because they kept having to push the watch back, and I think the pressure was mounting. Like, dude, y'all gonna put this watch out or what? Like, what's going on?
I mean, but now they said that, coming out with the phone.
Right,
Upgrade that chip. You still got, 3-4 months?
Yeah.
Upgrade that chip in the meantime. But I guess with the crisis and people not getting stuff in.
I don't know. I I have a problem, and it's a personal thing. I mean, like, I think the watch actually looks cool. You can definitely tell that all that Fitbit tech that they inherited when they bought Fitbit. You can see a lot of it coming through on that. I don't like the bubble curvy shaped watches. I always feel like they get real scuffed up around the edges, and it's hard to put protection on them because of the bubble, right? I kind of wish it was flat, like the Samsung ones.
The Asus watch, like the watch in that white band, looks a little feminine.
Okay, yeah, it kind of does.
And it has a bezel, a huge bezel.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's normal for like Galaxy watches. No, Galaxy watches you have these little face crown thing.
Yeah.
It has a big bezel for nothing to go there, really.
Yeah, but see, you see how like Samsung kind of freaked it a little bit with that bezel, right? So they're like, we know it's there, so we'll just cover it up and make it nice. And everybody loved the bezel, so ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it, right? You know. But if you take it off, right, you know it's a ginormous bezel under there. You know what I mean?
We're gonna keep it super minimal. We're not gonna have all that stuff.
Right.
Like I said, it looks nice.
Yes.
It definitely looks like a first generation though. Like,
yes.
This looks like, hey man, we've been working on this and we just got to put this out.
Yes.
So we can learn and go ahead and put out number 2.
You know, the main, if they want to get into that, like I'm just telling you, I think Apple and Samsung done went so, like, because the competition between the Apple Watch and the Galaxy Watch has been so intense over the last 4 or 5 years or so that a new competitor, like, they're gonna have to, like, I'm just trying to think, like, as far as everything that Apple and Samsung has done as far as like the health stuff is concerned. Like, I know they just got the Fitbit tech and they got the Google Health and all of that. I just don't know if it's enough on that front to compete with the big two. I mean, like, Samsung, Apple, they got atrial fibrillation and, you know, all kind of body composition. You know, it's crazy what these watches can do. You know what I mean?
I feel like it definitely would take a company like Google.
Yes.
Like Google or Fitbit, it needs a big company because you need to be able to not sell well.
Right.
This first watch probably will not sell well.
Yes.
But Google can handle that. Fitbit can handle that. You know, some of the other brands, they can handle that. If this was just some random brand and they're like, hey, I want to get into the game, they might not be able to handle that.
Right.
First generation. So
yeah.
Go ahead and knock this one out. Come out with a better one next year.
Yeah.
They did have, you know, the Pixel Buds Pro.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much the Pixel version of the AirPods Pro in my eyes. I don't know which buds that meant.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it'll probably go with. I think I would match them up with the Buds too. I don't think I would put them in the Pro category because the Pro category still got that 11 millimeter subwoofer and that 6.5 meter dual. You know,
but as far as features like noise cancellation and lasting long and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, 'cause I'm looking at it now. It's got, you know, noise cancellation and good battery life. That'll put it.
Do spatial audio later in the year.
Yeah. So I mean, I think
that's actually coming out in 2 months.
Yeah. So I actually think the Buds might be the best thing. I mean, because, you know, honestly, the oh my God, that totally wireless earbuds market is so weird, man. Like, I had customers come in.
Why?
Well, because you have Apple customers who come in who do not like the AirPods. And then you got Samsung customers who can't stand the Galaxy Buds.
Speaking of which, last week, Mother's Day, I went home to Charlotte, you know, do all the mom stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been wearing my AirPods a lot because I've been going out a lot more. And they kind of slip. And, like, they don't fall completely out because, one, I don't let them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like that hanging feeling either. So I got different ear tips.
Yeah.
Like these. Because that's just, like, what you do with AirPods, which fit a lot better, helps with the seal, helps with the sound, helps with them staying in. But still, eventually, they still feel like they're going to fall out, and I still have to readjust them. And I really got tired of doing that. So I went out.
Got the Beats.
Got the Beats.
Mm-hmm.
Fit Pro.
Uh-huh.
Beats have a lot. I'm actually wearing them right now for the show.
Right. Got more confidence because you don't think you're gonna lose them.
I have not really worn my AirPods.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's a weird market, man. Because I'm telling you, I have these customers come in and they always. So I have the Apple customers coming to me asking me about the Galaxy Buds because for whatever reason they don't like the AirPods, and then I got a lot of Galaxy customers who just because ever since Samsung went away from that little tip thing that little wing tip that used to be in the Galaxy Buds, you know, the last 3 pairs haven't had that. So Galaxy customers can't stand it. They hate it. The fact that Samsung went away from that. So, it's like the companies who make the buds to match the stuff, people don't like it. They like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? But then, you got companies like Jabra and I guess Apple owns Beats, so they're not missing out on nothing because they got the Beats stuff, right?
They're not. But like, first of all, I have to say it because I'm an Apple guy.
Yeah.
I can't flex with these buds.
Right.
Like, oh, you got buds. I got the no, I can't flex with these.
Yeah.
But
quality of life is a little bit different though, right?
Quality of life is better.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have to readjust as much.
Mm-hmm.
This has every single feature of the AirPods Pros except for wireless charging, which is fine. I've got cords.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. If that's the only downside, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But you got people like Sony, OnePlus, Jabra, like these. There's a lot of companies out there that have either multiple buds or they'll give you a lot of different things you can do, or they're bigger. Apple and Samsung keep trying to do this like stemless design, fit them in your ear, one size fits all. One size really don't fit all with ears, guys.
Nah. And and the Samsung with this futuristic bubble water drop thing with no way to grip it on. I mean, I don't know what they was thinking about doing that. I mean,
that's the rumor for the next AirPods Pro. They're just going to be like the Bean, pretty much.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't
like
nobody don't like that.
Like I love my Galaxy Buds Pro. I love them, and I don't really have an issue with them falling out of my ear because like you said, I don't let them. I do feel them kind of getting loose a little sometimes when I'm moving around. I can kind of feel them loosen up, so I just kind of readjust them real quick. But it's an issue, right? It should be some type of clip or wingtip or something. Like the original Galaxy Buds were perfect. The design, they didn't sound all that good, and the battery life sucked like hell. But they fit so well. But like I said, the sound quality was pretty.
AirPods have never really been perfect.
Yeah,
you can buy like third party stuff, but if Apple sold a wingtip, oh man, we make money.
Yeah, so I don't know that, but that's always going to be a crazy market because I think Samsung and Apple kill with most stuff that they do, but when it comes to the wireless earbuds, they got a little bit of more.
Apple has killed, and I feel like it's just because Apple, obviously, but like you also got to find that difference because I want the Sony bud because sound quality. I would love to have better sound quality with these. But then I got to think about it. It's like, if I really, really want sound quality, I'll just do headphones.
Right.
Because these are just quick and easy options.
Oh, yeah.
But man, if I could get everything I want, that'd be great.
It would be nice. It would be nice, Would be nice. And then last but not least, we got the Pixel Slate or Pixel Tab or whatever. Tablet. Which I'm excited about because I think it's not like, obviously I can't. I'm not one of them ones that compare Android tablets to iPads because I don't really think they, I don't know. I don't think they're really all that comparable. Because they both tablets, yes, but when you think about, you used to be an Android guy. Android is a completely different thing than iOS, and people are going to use them differently, right? But I would love to see because it used to be Lenovo and who else?
HP,
Dell and all of them. There used to be other, people making Android tablets but now it's either going to be a Samsung tablet that's going to be a good one, and everything else is trash. You know what I'm saying?
You got a Fire tablet because apparently Fire tablets still sell.
Oh my God, and that's the biggest pile of garbage I've ever seen in my life. But Lord have mercy.
I think it's just for kids.
Yeah,
and
right.
Very, very old people that don't want the Kindle.
Oh, them Fire tablets sell, but man, they are the biggest pile of garbage I've ever seen. Every review I've ever seen on that thing, they always say the same thing. Like, it's pretty much useless when it comes to Google stuff. The battery life is horrible and horrendous. The screens are terrible. The resolution is low. The audio was awful. It's all bad.
Kids are reading. That's all.
Yeah,
Kids, you pay $100, throw it at your kids. It usually comes with some big gigantic case, so
right.
As far as the Pixel tablet goes, for me, it doesn't look great.
No, I don't.
I know most like the Nexus 7 didn't actually look great. It was iconic just because it was. The Nexus 10 definitely didn't look great. The Nexus 9
Well, this is before.
Remember I got
That's before tablets got sexy, right? So that iPad all of a
Especially
sudden,
with Google.
yeah, the iPad all of a sudden lost all that weight and got super thin and sexy. And then Samsung was like, "Oh, y'all doing that?" And they made theirs paper thin and made them sexy. This one still looked like a tablet from about 4 years ago. That's what it looked like to me.
It looked like a Nexus tablet,
right?
It looked like a picture. And I guess, like I said, with the watch,
Yeah.
Google needs to just go through this first generation,
Yeah.
get that out of their system, and then realize, oh, we need to crank it up for a generation.
Yeah. First of all, them bezels way too thick. Them bezels is a little bit too thick. They know they can do better than that. And then I don't know. I don't necessarily disagree with the white. I don't know. It just makes them stand out more. It shows how thick they are. Like I think if they were black and it was like made like kind of part of the screen, kind of, people wouldn't even notice it that much. But I would have to see that though.
Well, I never buy a white iMac.
Right. Yeah, I would have to see
that's
that.
not coming for another year.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did. I don't know, because this is the first time Google has ever taken time out of I/O to say this is the hardware we're coming out with.
Right.
Usually it's all software based. Which for this I/O they still went over a lot of software with Google Maps, Google Wallet, Google Assistant, Chrome, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, hey, kind of like they did a couple years ago, we're gonna beat the rumors. We're gonna show you what everything is, so y'all don't really have nothing to talk about.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
y'all can talk about price or whatever, but we'll talk about that later too. And with the Pixel tablet, they went ahead and said, hey, this is not even until next year, but we'll go ahead and show you it. So don't even worry about the rumors. We got you.
Yeah. And then another thing I thought was a little bit of a misstep in their during the I/O. They talking about these glasses that could translate in real time. But then
they didn't do nothing about it. That was so amazing.
Yeah,
They just showed this little commercial and this testimonial, but they didn't say if it was going to come out for public. If they didn't say nothing.
Well, they kind of tore it apart on Twitter, talking about how the Google Translate was mediocre at best, and it was giving people like weird translations, and they even pointed out during while they were talking about, they had like all these different languages on the board behind them, and they like the Arabic one was messed up, and they circled it on the Twitter with the screenshot and all this, and they was saying how that the glasses were gonna have somebody get punched in the face because they're gonna be saying the wrong thing. But the idea,
first of all, Translate has never been absolutely perfect.
Right.
It wants to give you an idea, but hey, man, it's a cool concept.
It is.
It's cool they're working on.
It is. But so
maybe that's why they didn't talk about like price or consumerism or that.
Oh yeah.
Far out.
Oh yeah, it's a little farther down. But I'm like you. So I was looking at that tablet. It do look like a Nest Hub display. It does. But these glasses. I'm just like the concept and the idea is dope. Right. It's completely amazing. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to. I mean, I know Google Assistant and Google got so much information. Like I said, I still think they're the smartest. They don't gather the most information out of Amazon, Apple. Everybody who, do these assistants and whatnot. But can you imagine how much data you need to properly, depending on where you are in the world and who you're talking to get the translations and the dialects and context and all that correct? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I saw a tweet the other day, which I don't know the legitimacy of it, so don't quote me, but it was like 10% of every month's Google search or every day's Google search is a new phrase.
Yes, I think there was a Marquise Brownlee tweet I think I saw.
Oh, he tweeted that?
Yeah.
He said 10% of every day something new is searched. Mm-hmm. Like some phrase has never been searched before.
Right.
Every day.
It's nuts. It's nuts to think about that. Yes, it is. It's absolutely insane. You know what I mean? But
Google, like I said, software-wise, Google's killing it as usual. They're always miles ahead of everybody. Assistant is miles ahead of everybody, with like probably Amazon the only one coming close. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and they're always going to do that software stuff.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really look into too much. I looked at the wallet because Google Wallet's still.
Yeah, Google Wallet. They're bringing that back.
Yeah, and doing it well, and not just like holding money and that weird thing that they did the past few years. Mm-hmm. Google Maps apparently is just going to look real, like you're looking out a window.
Yes.
That's how they're doing Google Maps now.
Yeah.
And then stuff with Chrome, which I don't use Chrome too often, so I can't talk about that too much.
Chrome is doing okay. Chrome started. It's like quiet as kept. I would be completely honest with you. Quiet as kept. Like Edge is starting to really take over my browser favor because it's getting so much better than Chrome. Like I do remember, like in the beginning when
I thought Edge was built on Chrome.
It's Chromium, yeah, it's Chromium based, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's like it's becoming like more of my, because I would never use it as my default or primary, but it's getting so good that it's kind of hard to, and especially on mobile, it's actually and that's where Chrome usually shines at on mobile. But Edge is Microsoft is doing good with that.
I think I sent you a tweet like a couple weeks ago that Edge is beating out Safari.
Yeah.
With daily users.
Yeah.
I use Safari as my default, and I'll bring up Chrome if I need something that Safari doesn't want to do, because there are things that Safari won't do, which is so dumb. But yeah, so like, you're Edge people, man.
Yeah, Edge. I mean, it's actually doing very well. Like a lot of times, I will go to the Edge. I'm gonna tell you what the main thing is for me with Edge. Sometimes when you do searches on Chrome, well, not sometimes, it's all the time because it's Google, right? Google, it will not search outside of Google. It won't do it. And sometimes, like,
what do you mean?
Well, because like with Edge, the search is primarily done by Bing, I think it is, right? But it'll return Google searches too, right? But the thing is, if you do a search on Bing and you do a search on Google, you search the same thing, you get more results when you search on Edge than you do if you do it on Chrome, because Chrome will not go outside of Google. Every result that comes back, especially if it's like videos, always a YouTube videos, never outside of. It's always gonna be a YouTube video. It's never gonna be a Daily Motion or any other kind of video. Sometimes depending on what you're looking for, right? Because I mean, sometimes I'll be like, damn.
If there's one thing that Google learned from Apple, it'd be like, hey man, let's try to keep most of these people in their own house. Why go over there? They can stay right here.
Yeah, see, and that's the type of thing that kind of keep people from knowing what's really going on in the world. Like I mean, that's how you keep people from seeing over the fence, man. You can't do that, man. I need to know what's going on over there.
What's going on over there? You said YouTube? YouTube is right here, dog. Don't you worry.
Want to see no YouTube video? Because YouTube, that's the thing, because YouTube videos are so regulated and so, like, the information that you're looking for, and you're looking for it in video format, YouTube is definitely, you ain't gonna get what you're looking for from YouTube. It ain't gonna happen, you know what I mean? Right? You know what I mean? So
I can find some stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, but YouTube,
you gotta remember, YouTube, I think it's either YouTube or AdWords, and it might be AdWords, but YouTube brings in one of the most money.
Oh yeah,
it's the most money, lucrative services.
Oh, and I think it's still the most frequented website in the world too. I still think so.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But since we handle the
billions of hours every day.
Oh, and I know I spend at least 4 or 5 hours on YouTube a day. You know what I mean? But since we since we talked about the Google I/O stuff early, I want to go ahead and bring us home with the last two stories. One of them is Apple, and it's going to be sad. But let's talk about Netflix. I saw the story. I thought it was interesting. I thought maybe you would have something to say about this, but because you pay for Netflix, right?
I do pay for Netflix.
See, I ain't paid for Netflix in years, but this might, you heard the stories like recently, like due to the crazy stuff with the Joe Rogan and all that. Netflix was having some issues, and then Disney kind of surpassed them, and everybody dropped their subscriptions. But they, Netflix trying to rebuild their portfolio. They're trying to come back. So they're thinking about doing like live programming, like live streaming stuff, like live. So I mean, like how Netflix has built this reputation on you can watch it when you want to watch it. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be there at 8 p.m. to see it. Right? But now they're thinking about doing some live stuff. You know what I mean? What you think about that? Are you ready to go back to the old days when you got to be there to see it? Or you like seeing it when you want to see it?
So what I feel like is going on, Netflix is having a midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm.
They kept jacking up their prices. They kept losing people. And they found out that people sharing passwords, they didn't find out. But they're like, yo, people really share passwords like this.
Well, come on, you're losing money when you do that, man. So one subscription shared amongst 10 people.
So they're losing money.
Yeah.
So they're trying to do a lot. And I'm seeing a lot of these ideas in the air, like, let's do an ad-supported one.
Right.
Like, that's not going to work.
Nope, not at all. You can forget about it. And I won't even pay for Netflix. But if they had ads on, I definitely wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah. And so now they want to try to do live stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if they're saying live, like catch it live and that's it, or catch it live and then afterwards you could get a replay or something.
See what they were saying. So they're basing this on the the Netflix is a Joke comedy festival that they had last month.
That's the one thing I love about Netflix is their comedy stuff.
Yes,
I would really pay only just to watch comedy, but which is what I do. But I share it with moms and stuff.
Yeah. So they're basing it on this, right? So the Netflix is a Joke festival was such a success that they recorded all this stuff. They had all these comics come out, and it was over several days. So they shot all this footage, but then I was thinking like, damn, we got out, and they planned on airing it over the next year or so, all these different specials or whatever. But I was like, well, damn, what if we aired some of this live? You know what I mean? Like that would have been pretty cool, right? And then the edited version would come out later. You know what I mean? Like maybe you see things on a live show that you won't see on the.
You actually do. With comedians, especially with their live stuff, you'll see mistakes. They'll actually start jokes over. They'll do some crowd work. They'll say some things that later on the producers will be like, we might have to cut that out.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I love, like I said, I love stand-up comedy. I go to stand-up shows. That's like I've seen almost every stand-up special on Netflix. So that would probably bring in a lot of money. And I know personally I would watch the live stuff, but I would still hate to turn on Netflix to have to watch something live.
Yes.
When Netflix has always been about whenever, where.
I know. I just think
leave it offline if you want.
But I think the option to see it live when it's happening, because you're gonna you can watch it later, but it might be so much later.
Edited.
Right, because because it might not, like the show that these Netflix performances that they had these last couple of weeks, a lot of these we won't see them until next year. You know what I'm saying, right? But if they had
only on YouTube, like they have a YouTube channel which has 4 million subs.
Yeah,
you're only getting like 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes.
Right,
you're not getting the whole special.
Yes.
You have to watch 8 videos just to get the whole special.
Absolutely. And I actually think if they're gonna try to find a footing, because listen, the minute that Disney said they was gonna get into the streaming game, I knew Netflix was in trouble. I knew they were in trouble, because the one thing that Disney got that Netflix don't got is the kids. You know what I mean? And everybody got to get a Disney Plus subscription. If you got kids, you got to have it, right? And and that's not necessarily that much for Netflix, right? So they got to do something. And why not lock down the comedy stuff? And I think comedians will back it. I think your Dave Chappelle's and Kevin Hart's and Chris Rock's and all of those guys, the Bill Burr's, I think they would love it.
You have a Netflix special.
Yeah.
People know, for most comedians, you're getting some money back. You're getting a lot of money on that. Yeah. And it's just like, it's clout.
Yes.
It's like, hey, I got a Netflix special. You're like, oh, okay. Time there.
Right. And I mean, honestly, if Netflix is going to want to make, a mark, do it with comedy. Just be the place where comedians come to do their big shows and air them live. You know what I'm saying, right?
I actually think Netflix is already one of the big players for that.
Yeah.
YouTube is a big player for that, and then HBO is also.
Yes, HBO used to.
If they still do it.
Yeah, HBO used to be the place, because it used to be the HBO special was the one that made the most money, but now it's Netflix is paying comedians more to do it. Yeah, so I don't know. Netflix got to do something though. Because Disney and Apple is kicking their faces in. Then you got, I laughed at Paramount when it first came out. But then I started seeing what they were doing with Halo and the Will Smith show. But I was like, oh, Paramount ain't playing.
Yeah, they want at least a little bit of this.
Oh, they are not playing, bro.
They're going to take a piece of this.
Yes.
I bet Netflix is kicking themselves for throwing all of their money into their original program.
I know, right?
Because half the stuff don't work, or half the stuff they get canceled.
Right.
They have had some standout hits. Like I know Gracie and Frankie was the longest running show. So
right.
That was, but they're kicking themselves right now.
But it's like that I can't believe it just seemed like just a few short years ago. Netflix was the one and only, when people thought about streaming video, that was the one. That's what you go. That's what you do, right? You get the Netflix. They were by themselves.
And then even when the Hulu came out, people looked at Hulu like, who are you?
Right. What Hulu's thing was, people who didn't want to pay for cable, but they wanted to watch TV. Because remember, Netflix wasn't about TV. Yeah, Netflix was about movies. It wasn't about TV. Yeah. So, but now they got.
But even Netflix started getting some of the TV shows.
Yeah.
Their stuff. You watch a whole season in a day.
But you're getting beat in the area that you created. How do you get beat in the sector that you made? I don't understand that.
Hey, Disney's name don't play.
Right.
Guns blazing.
It is nuts, man. Makes zero sense at all.
TV company saw the how much money you were making. They were like, oh, let's show up on Netflix.
Yeah, you know? All right, so we're going to close the show with this one here. It's been, what has it been, 20 years? It's been 20 years. And listen, I was never a fan of this device because I bought a Zoom, right? I did. You remember when because we was working together when I bought that Zoom, right? Yeah, the Zoom was the shit. It was. I still got it right here. So it was like in one of my little buckets down here.
You have it now?
Yeah, I still got it. I mean, I ain't turned it on in years. I don't even know if I got a charge. Because the charger was proprietary. I don't even know if I can ever power it back up again. But, you know, after 20 years, Apple is finally saying bye-bye to the iPod. You know,
yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's, you know, time. It was time. You know.
It's definitely time. I actually still have an iPod Touch.
Oh, do you? Okay.
It's not even the latest one. It's like 2 generations or 3 generations old.
Yeah.
But it lasts like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if you can buy an iPhone SE now for $400, $30.
Yeah.
iPod Touch really has no purpose.
None whatsoever. But you know, those moms used to want to buy them because they wanted their kids to have a device that couldn't make no, because they couldn't make but which is weird.
I mean, you can, but you have to go a roundabout way.
Yeah,
you have to be in Wi-Fi.
Right. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and weird stuff. But you know, I'm gonna tell you the iPod is one of them things. I never owned one, but I thought the idea of it was so dope, right? Because we was in a situation where physical media was getting stupid, right? CDs was getting scratched. You had to carry these visor things in your car or a big old, you remember them flip wallet things you used to have to have? I hated all that, right? The idea of an iPod, having all that stuff digital in a little tiny little device, well, the original iPod was pretty big, but I'm just saying it was still really small though.
I mean, we had MP3 before that.
Right, yeah.
But iPod, of course, Apple did the whole, make it look pretty and all that stuff.
And did the little commercial with the silhouettes and, you know, all that stuff went viral. It was pretty dope, right? And then, of course, the podcast, right? Where the thing got its name from. Which is weird because when the iPod came out, it was a place to listen to podcasts, but nobody was listening to podcasts back then. Podcasts didn't take off until like years later. You know what I'm saying, right?
I don't know. I would say podcast has only really been in the thing for like 10 years.
Right, yeah. But, you know, so like the first like 5 or 7 years, only like the podcast game was only a few players in that area, right? But now that, you know, now everybody got it's like podcasting is the jump off now.
Becoming more than radio. Like.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, I think the podcast is actually going to kill radio too. I think. I just got a feeling, you know what I mean? But I look at the device, the iPod, right? You know, it's been 20 years. They put it to bed finally, and it's iconic, bro. And you know, it's one of them things I got to give Apple their props on, yo. Like
the beginning of the flex for me.
Yeah. Okay.
iPod, the classic. I had a shuffle.
Yeah.
And I had a touch.
Oh wow.
All at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went to you know, so I had the click wheel. You know, I had the one on your shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was a skinny one and it was a square one, right? It was a square shaped shuffle.
What I had, I don't remember the skinny one.
Yeah, it was
that was like a juke or something.
No, yeah, it was a skinny one that you had like a little clip on it, right?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yes, like it had like 16 gig.
I got that when I was into like hacking and ramen and all, doing all that. That's why I started.
Actually, the iPod Touch was weird because. You know, because I looked at the iPod Touch like, man, like, it was pretty much a stripped down iPhone. That's pretty much what it was, right?
I thought the Touch came out before the iPhone, didn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it was like right after the first one?
Yeah. And because I thought at that point, you know, doing the apps and the kids were playing games and stuff, I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to listen to the music, you know what I'm saying?
Games.
Yeah, you know. Man. Yeah, so he says, the OG shuffle looked like a USB drive. Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
Oh,
it was
the OG shuffle.
It was the first shuffle, yeah.
The colorful one. Yeah,
because I remember somebody had a green one and they always have it clipped onto like their little lanyard or whatever.
Clip onto your shirt, onto your like pocket or something.
Yeah. Hey, what, 8 gigs of RAM? I mean, 8 gigs of storage. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, back then you could fit a lot of songs.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? I just can't remember, like, look, can't even imagine what the quality of those files were like. Oh my god!
Not worry about, first of all, back then we were just making sure that the song was the actual song.
Right. Absolutely. Yes.
Because you click on the link and say, "Oh, you want to download?"
Yes.
You know, new edition.
Right. Something totally different, you know. Something totally different. And then I remember having to sit there for hours getting my artwork together, and I had to find the album covers and the ones that wasn't embedded properly.
One file mess up everything you got done.
Yeah, you know.
Kids these days don't even know.
They have no idea. They have no idea, man. No idea. But it's, you know, when I see stuff like this, though, it does, like, you know, because I'm a tech guy, I love seeing them sunset stuff that had such a crazy impact on our culture, right? It's nice to see them, you know, go ahead and sunset it and, you know, give it a proper due. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah.
But actually, I don't know if you've seen, you probably have. I've seen those like posters and stuff where they would have the torn down iPhone.
Yeah. And they frame them sometimes.
If I didn't care about having a different type of aesthetic in my house, I would love to have some stuff like that.
Somebody had
down old products.
I don't know if I was watching a YouTube video but somebody was showing off a framed, torn down iPhone.
Yeah, there's a company that does them.
Yeah.
iPhones, Game Boys, and something else.
I said that's pretty. But that's our generation where we do something. They'll take some thing and open it up and pull the guts out and frame it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They make it look like aesthetic. It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, you know. But yeah, Apple is done with it, man. And I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. But
go ahead and buy it now. Hold on to it for a couple of years and sell it at a price.
Yep, absolutely, right. I'm just trying to think, like, so we're at a point now. So we went from, you know, in my day, it was the record, which was the record is still relevant because it'll never die. But the record to the 8-track, the cassette, the CD, the MP3. Now we stream everything. What do you think is next for audio, like, or for media? Like, because I think, well, actually, video is actually kind of it's a little bit behind because, you know, people still buying distance, but streaming video is a big thing too. But you know, I stream all my video. I
didn't think video was behind audio because at least nowadays you can still buy vinyl videos. You're not buying a VHS.
No. But I still see people still kind of looking for Blu-rays and stuff. Yeah, you know, that was coming with the Blu-rays. I don't know. We got no damn Blu-rays in here, man. Like, how can you not have Blu-rays? Blu-rays is the new jump off. Like, it was new like 10 years ago. It was new.
First of all, in my eyes, Blu-rays lasted 5 years.
Right. Yeah.
And everything was dead.
Yeah.
They were like, you know what, we're not doing nothing. DVDs at least lasted like a while.
Yeah. I think streaming probably is going to be where it's, because I can't really think of no other way to do it unless you're going to neurally kind of pass it from
one. We don't know. We can't. We're still early into it, but we're still like, I don't think we can think about what the next iteration will be.
Right, because it's going
to have to be something.
Because you think, because you're thinking about streaming, like, what else can you do? You can't even see the file now. It's like, you know what I mean?
You'll put that little sticker on the back of your head.
I know, right? You know. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know. I think I'm satisfied with streaming. I think, you know, the internet pretty much going to run. It's going to be the resource that powers most things, which it is. I mean, it does a pretty good job of that right now. But I think, you know, going forward, it will probably be the prime, like, other than like electricity, it's going to be electricity first and then internet, right? You know what I mean? You know.
Your building will be. Soon we're just gonna have a package deal for like water, gas,
right.
And then it's just gonna be internet.
Right, it's gonna be internet. Because you know how they used to charge you by the minutes and used to charge you by how many texts you sent, and now they don't even do that no more. They just charge you for the data. That's what they go. They were like,
exactly. You get all the texts, all the phone calls,
right.
How much internet you want.
Right.
Like, oh man.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, listen, don't worry about your gas, don't worry about your your water. That's nothing. It's just how much internet you need to charge.
I could do a data only plan, and for most people, be fine.
I definitely would be. For the amount of communications that I do as far as like talking and texting on the phone with actual text and an actual telephone call, I could easily not even do that and just use something like some type of instant messaging, like, not Facebook, but something, something. Something, not definitely not Facebook, because no, you know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying?
Hey man,
not Facebook. Can't mess with.
I know. Are you on like a contract plan with Verizon or Sprint?
Yeah, I am. We still on. Believe it or not, we still on a cap plan. We've been on a cap plan for. Capped? Yeah, our plan is capped at 8 gigabytes.
What in the world?
Yeah,
is it a Verizon plan?
It is. Yeah.
So if Verizon hits you up right now, let's say you pay. I'm gonna guess you pay like $200. I don't know how much.
That's about $160. Yeah.
Okay, so if Verizon said right now, hey Q, we're gonna take away phone calls and text, and you have unlimited internet for $80, I bet you do that in a heartbeat.
Oh, without even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Without even thinking about it. Because think about it, right? WhatsApp can do telephone calls. Facebook Messenger can do telephone calls. Signal can do telephone calls. It's a bunch of other ones that they can do it. Yeah, and messaging is easy, right? And I'm telling you, I'm not a talker anyway. Yeah. I mean, really, the only dude that really call me and talk to me on the only person I have conversations with on the phone is like my brother. He will call me randomly at least like twice a month and have like an hour-long conversation. I'm like, dude, like, what is wrong with you?
My parents do this. My parents do this hour-long conversation. No matter how many times I talk to my mom a week, it's always gonna be an hour long.
Yeah,
and she always gonna be like, "You never call me." I said, we talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, now.
It's pretty cool, right?
I still got to talk on the phone because I got like business stuff.
Yeah.
But man, if I wasn't in my position right now, and they said internet data only, I'd be like, sign me up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be all over it. I'll be all over it.
An excuse to ignore people.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Can't call me.
But you know how to hit me up, bro. You use direct messages or something. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
I don't got the phones on my plan.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He said, what? Be like, bro, you could have sent me this in a message. I mean, absolutely. You know what I mean?
I do that all the time.
You're sitting there, want to talk. Like who talks on the phone? Who does that? You know what I'm saying?
Easily does that.
Right,
without a doubt.
Well, hey, look, Zoe, I'm glad you was able to get your notification, man. Like, I don't think who ain't seen it. I ain't seen no Christina in the hot, but I know she probably still.
Christina be jumping in and watching, but she don't talk a lot.
Oh, okay.
She be talking.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Russian and old lady, they're about ready to start their podcast back up. I don't know what days they record and everything like that. But I wanted to congratulate. I was hoping
he's about to go to Vegas.
Oh, I forgot he is out of town, ain't he? Yeah. But
is that already?
Oh well, yeah, I think he was. But I know he got a new set. They got a new set for the podcast, so I want to congratulate him on that. He posted it on Facebook. It's pretty dope. We got like a neon sign and they got chairs and it's gonna be classy. I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be dope. You know what I mean? But anyway, one thing, everybody, for coming out. People who listen to us on the podcast continue to support us and that kind of thing. And we're still looking for sponsors. We're still doing that, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to continue to keep it moving. This was episode 59. Yeah, because I think it was at 58 last week. At 59, we're going to keep it chugging. That's all I got for the weekend. Where you at?
Hey, man. I finally got this in my monitor. I'm about to do a whole little desk change.
Okay.
Got some other hardware to put up. I'm doing suits
nice.
all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
Great. I'm getting new clients. Love it.
Nice.
As always, check me out on Twitter. You can check me out on my normal Twitter, which is Kauser. You can see it right here. Or you can do Pink and Black Studios, which is my photo Twitter.
Which is pretty dope. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but my Twitter got hacked last week.
I did not know this.
Yeah, somebody changed my they changed the.
No, I did see that. I thought it was you. I thought it was
no. I was like, that's why when I finally fixed it, I changed the password. That's why now in my bio it says, stop touching my stuff.
I just assumed that was like a wrestling thing, something I didn't get.
No.
I
was like, who was it? They didn't do nothing crazy. They just changed my avatar. And
your name.
Right, like, I'm glad they didn't make no posts or nothing, but, I'm like, what's going on? This is ridiculous. So I had to change my password and stuff. So
keep it on tech, man.
I know, right? I need that. I need that. All right, y'all take it easy, man. We're gonna go ahead and roll up out of here. Y'all take it easy. Peace. Let's see.
I had them out for had them in for 5 hours.
I'm pressing stop streaming it, but it don't want to stop. Hold on. Stop. That's when you're trying to be fancy, right? Where we at?